Hey leaders, I hope that you all have been prospering in your purpose and dominating in your destiny. It's Takumbo here. And in this series, we are going to discuss public speaking for leaders. If you desire to be a leader in any capacity, if you are desiring to have any type of promotion at your job, you need to master the art of public speaking and get over your fears. I want you to go ahead and subscribe because this is going to be a great video and we have more to this public speaking series. This is just video number 1. And I want you to go ahead and like this video and share this with someone who has been thinking about branching off into the public speaking space, someone who needs a boost of confidence, someone who needs encouragement so that they can use their voice. I'm excited about this because I started to teach in 2013, and I remember when I had to talk in front of all of those kids, and I remember even some days wondering, well, I'm like, oh my gosh, why are these kids staring at me, and just feeling nervous about them staring at me, and duh, obviously they had to look at me because I was the teacher and I'm in the front of the room. But over the years, I've been able to grow my confidence in public speaking because I have to do it every single day for a living. And I'm not going to say that it's super easy, but I believe that if you continue to practice and you continue to take your art of public speaking seriously, you're going to grow immensely. Another thing that also helped me to grow as a public speaker is the fact that I like to write as well. And so I have a minor in rhetoric. When I went to University of Maryland, I actually received a minor in rhetoric. And so that was a lot of communication courses. So I was able to learn more about what it takes to be a great communicator, what it takes to bring your message to your audience and help them to understand your message, and really how to grow as an authentic speaker, because that's going to be the best thing to help you in your public speaking skills, is really honing in on your authenticity. And so we're going to talk about 5 practical ways to improve your public speaking. And the best public speakers, number 1, they are experts. You know exactly what you're talking about. If you are going to be a confident public speaker, you have to know what you're an expert on. You have to know that you are an expert in an area because you have the education, whether this be the degrees, whether this be the YouTube University, whether this be the certifications. Whatever qualifies you in the education bracket, you have done research, you have taken some time, you've read books, you have done your analysis on what it takes to be an expert in your particular sphere of influence. And also you have experience with this. You have people come to you about this topic, individuals come to you asking you for wisdom and advice on this particular topic. You have studied this topic for years. You have become almost obsessed about this topic. Your audience is going to know whether or not you are confident or you lack confidence based on if you have ownership that you are an expert in this area. And so you know that you are an expert because you studied, you've invested your money, you've invested your time, your energy on studying this particular topic. And so when you show up to places and it's time for you to speak, you should actually walk in there with some level of confidence because you are an authoritative figure in this particular topic. And so one of the ways that you're going to improve your public speaking is really honing in and identifying what you're an expert on. Take some time to think about what makes you an expert, or what are you totally obsessed about that you have been studying for years. Another area that I'm super obsessed about is leadership. I actually started taking leadership classes when I was in the 10th grade. And ever since then, I've actually been investing my money. I've been investing my time in understanding what it takes to become a great leader. And so I will often do leadership videos because that is the area that I have focused my time and energy and my resources in. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to do something called pre-planning. If you are booked to speak, or you're hired to public speak, or you're hired to have to do a training, you have to speak at your job, then you have to do some pre-planning if you want to show up as a confident speaker. If you want the conversation to flow, if you want your speech or whatever it is that you're presenting, whether it be a workshop, a teaching, if you want it to flow and you want it to be excellent, it is going to be in your best interest to pre-plan. And as you continue to pre-plan and as you continue to get greater, or become better on public speaking or whatever it is, the topic that you're assigned to speak on, you're going to get better at writing out your notes or your bullet points. So usually when I'm doing these videos or when I'm doing lives or when I'm teaching, I just have short bullet points and I don't write out too much. When I first started teaching, one of the things that they had us do was script out what we would say to the students. So I did Teach for America. And so during our training, we had to literally write out exactly what we wanted to say from the top to the end of class. And so you need to take time to write out your notes. When you are writing out your notes, you're going to script out where you want to emphasize. The more you write, the better your speech, the better your teaching, your workshop, your presentation will flow. You are going to show up as a confident speaker because you did some pre-planning on your end. The next thing that's going to help you to become a great public speaker or to improve your public speaking is to record yourself and listen back to it. Whether you do a voice recording or you do a video recording, take some time to record yourself. Even if you just want to take some time at the first part to record yourself on a phone. Listen to where you are saying the and the ums, or where you are being repetitive. Listen to where you could take certain things out or where you need to have natural pauses. And so I started recording myself and started doing lives and watching my game tape, is what I call it, and looking at, oh, look at your face. Why did you do that? Or looking at when, or listening to when I would say or where I would not say certain words, or where I would say words repetitively, or where I would not emphasize something, or where I could have put a different word in. And so you need to listen back to your game tape and listen to yourself and critique yourself and give yourself some constructive feedback. When I say constructive feedback, I mean, don't just say, oh, I hate how my voice sounds. Oh, why did I do that? No, listen and say, okay, there are times where I need to learn how to slow down when I speak. There are times where I need to learn how to take out the and the ums. And listen, I'm trying to get better at public speaking as well, because one thing about me, I'm going to talk fast and I'm going to just continue to keep going on and on. And that's an area of growth for me. And so listen to where is an area of growth for you. Just pick one thing at a time and begin to work on that. So one of the things I had to work on too was my those filler words where your brain is trying to keep up with your mouth. And instead of us taking these natural pauses, we decide to say the and the ums, or you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. What are your filler words? Because sometimes it may not be the or the ums. You may have something that you say when you cannot remember what you need to say in that moment, instead of taking a natural pause. So practice taking those pauses instead of saying those filler words so that you can improve on your public speaking. And again, I want you to record yourself and I want you to listen in on what it is that you need to improve. You can write out a list of things that you need to improve, but I want you to take some time to just choose one thing at a time and then begin to figure out, okay, how can I get better on this particular section? Maybe you need to work on getting more vocabulary words. You need to get an exhaustive list of vocabulary words so that you can have different words to use as you are speaking. Then that's your homework. Maybe you continuously say, or you don't have any personal stories and you want to work on that. You have to come up with a goal after you are done listening to your speech. The next thing that you're going to do is practice. You are going to have one or two people in the room with you, or if you want to record yourself, if you want to get on a Zoom and just record yourself as you are practicing your speech, then do that. You need to begin to practice where you want to enunciate certain words, because how you practice is how you perform. There have been many times where I have been asked to speak somewhere or to do something, and I practice at my house, and then I see that the practice does make perfect because I showed up how I practiced. I said the same things that I said when I was practicing. And then guess what? I was able to even expand more when I got in front of the audience, because one of the things you need to realize too is that sometimes, or if you are a person that is a consistent speaker, or you're a person that is able to tune in with your audience as you are in a room, you can pick up what people need in the room, and people are pulling on you. And so you need to practice first. And then when you get in front of an audience, you have to also master the art of being able to move in the direction where your audience is pulling you. Practice in front of a mirror. Practice in front of 1 to 2 people, again, that will give you constructive feedback. Make sure that you are testing out your hand gestures. Maybe they're going to say you're using too many hand gestures, you're doing all this, or you're doing all of this, and it's distracting them from listening to your message. And so now you need to practice being still, or now you need to practice with what you're going to do with your hands, or what words you are going to enunciate, and what words you're going to use certain hand motions. I'm just doing that for practice. Practice eye contact, because another thing that a lot of people don't like to do is look at people in the eyes while they're speaking. But you need to practice that so that you can be confident when you walk into that room that you're not going to lose your train of thought because you locked eyes with someone. As a matter of fact, you're going to be a more potent speaker because you can lock eyes with someone and say what you have to say with precision, and say what you have to say that's going to bring transformation. And so practice giving your audience eye contact. That's why I said at least have 2 people in the audience so that you can look at them. You can practice moving around the room if that's what you want to do. You can practice if you want to just stand at the podium, whatever is going to make you a better public speaker. Listen to the feedback that's being given to you. Don't try to sweep it under the rug or try to explain yourself. Just listen to the feedback that you're being given. Watch the video if someone's recording you. And then again, choose one area that you want to focus on for about a month and continue to practice, continue to get better in that area. And then lastly, another way that you're going to improve your public speaking is to stop cringing at the sound of your voice. One of the reasons why you may not be confident is because you are speaking word curses, or you are speaking negatively. You have negative self-talk, and now it is affecting your psyche, and now it's affecting how you show up when it's time for you to give a presentation, when it's time for you to publicly speak, because you have said over and over again in your head, oh, I don't like how my voice sounds. Oh, I don't think that I'm a great speaker. Or, oh, I don't like my accent. Oh, I don't like this about myself. Oh, I have a lisp. Or, oh, I have this. Practice how you want to show up to become better, but don't be negative, because then staying in a negative mindset is not going to help you to become greater or to become better in your area of influence. Embrace your tone, embrace your accent. All of these things make you unique, and all of these things make you authentic. And really, there's a people group, there's an audience that is going to connect with you because you are your authentic self. They're going to connect with you at the sound of your voice. There are certain voices that you listen to and they're connected to your life because the way that their voice sounds, their tone, their accent has resonated with you and it has caught your ear. So think about your voice catching other people's ears. I hope that this video helped you. And if you want to stay connected in our community, I want you to go ahead and press that link in this description box. I want you to download our Reset Reflection Guide for leaders so that you can grow as a leader. And I also want you to make sure that you subscribe. Let me know in the comments what helped you, and let me know how you are going to grow as a public speaker. I'll see you in the next video. Love you like a leader.